everyone, as you can see I have been sent another beautiful book by Maria Trolle, which I am going to share with you today. It is covered in a cellophane which I'm going to take off. I haven't put my lamp on yet because it was shining. I'm just going to try and open up the corner. I think I will use a pencil. Oh, that's a pen. Just poke a little pencil through, make a little hole. There we go. There we are. I'll take the cellophane off. The reason I didn't do this before recording was because I knew that I would want to flip through. So I thought I would wait and share it with all you guys. It's a very pretty book. It's hardback, like all her other books, but it looks very slightly different. Let me just throw that paper on the floor. Let's put the lamp on there so you can see. You can see now that this is a metallic. It actually looks silver. I'm quite sure the other books of hers have got a gold. I like silver though. And look at the fairy's wings. Got little bits of silver in. That's really pretty. And the spine you see is slightly different. On the others we have a sort of fabric here, but this is just normal, the same as this. And we've got all sorts of information here which I can't read because it's in Dutch, so that's okay. I do enjoy having foreign books, so so it was a fun treat for me. Oh look, the butterflies' wings have got some silver on as well. Right, let's get going now. The paper, this paper is completely different. It's really textured. I don't know if that's going to be the case. You can actually see the lines in it as if it's woven. It feels lovely. So that's really interesting. Oh no, this is very different. So this is really textured here, but this is beautifully smooth paper. Really lovely. So that's interesting, but it does feel a little less tooth than the it's so thick. I'm sure it's thicker. Interesting. Anyway, I should do a bit of colouring in it once I've gone through it, so so we'll be able to try. I'll let you know. I brought my Polychromos through to colour in, and because I'm so used to them, it should hopefully give me a good idea. This is a 2021 book, Swedish, but the Dutch edition is 2022, which is fine. So let's get started. We have a lovely page, intro page. So cute. By the way, it's called Night Valley. No, Moon Valley. Dear me. Nightfall, isn't it? I'm getting confused. So thick. Really interesting. And I can't tell you the GSM or anything. It's not that's not my thing, but it just feels really thick. So it's so cute. It's interesting because I'm looking at the nest. There's a little ribbon there. That's cute. Oh, is that around the tail? Is this the mouse's tail going around that bit with a ribbon on? I'm not really sure. It's very cute. This one's nice. I like a scene. I mean, I like different types of pictures, obviously. This one's very cute and it's a little bit smaller, but we've got a lot of sky going on here, which I don't mind, but I know some people find a little daunting, but it's okay. It's not as big as on some pages. I keep thinking I'm turning over 2 pages, so that's good. I've got another one with a nice border. I like these with the borders. Little girl sitting on a rock. Look at her hair. It's lucky it's long. And very pretty trees around. This is Luna. She's got the moon here. I'm not sure. There are lots of very nice butterflies. Oh, this one's cute. Look at the cat. And we have these that look like water droplets on our flowers, which is really quite interesting because they can be tricky to colour, but I know how to do them. But yeah, it's I've got a video actually showing how to do them. We have a little ghosty here and a little tiny critter. I don't know how to describe that one. Cute. A little baby deer, I think a baby, ferns and things. Our little character here. Oh, just feels like there's 2 pages. So here is the picture from the front of the book. And we have lots of black going on, but we have, yeah, a sort of shooting star maybe. But that's quite, you have to decide. I think I might use similar colours to this. I think it looks really nice with the sort of teal, almost blues and greens going on. Interesting, although her top doesn't match the rest, but you could use those colours then in the shooting star and it would all work. And we've got the little fairy. You could do the silver. The butterflies aren't there. These butterflies aren't here. But yeah, I might do that. Not in this video. That's double page a bit big for the flip through. So we have a queen or princess. I'd say princess because she's young, but obviously queens are young. Queens can be young. Our previous queen was very young when she became queen, wasn't she? But yeah, I like that. All the butterflies, nice. Oh, little birdie. Saw a bird struggling yesterday. I didn't know what to do. It was like a crow, and he was in the canal trying to get out. Didn't know what to do, and I thought if I do pull him out, which I probably, if I went near him he'd bite me, peck me, you know, I didn't want to do that. His feathers were saturated with water and he wouldn't have been able to, he would have just got eaten by a fox or something. But I just told some people further along the path and said I didn't know what to do, and I sort of passed it on, which was a bit naughty really, but I just didn't know what to do. Anyway, these are very pretty flowers. We have a hummingbird, I'm thinking. I don't know if we have in the back a reference. We do. Now, because these, all the names of the animals and plants are in Latin, it doesn't matter, I don't think, which book you buy, because you can put this into your search engine. Like they're like Narcissus, Tulipa, things like that. It will just find them anyway, so I can still look them up if I want to. I've just completed a double page actually from Botanicum, and I looked up some of the flowers. I used a bit of artistic license, but it was quite useful just seeing what they were and that sort of thing. Now she's got antlers and ears like a little deer. I think that sort of helps you colour the hair, because you know what sort of colour. She's got a little moon still. There's a few little critters as well. I like that picture. She looks very worried, doesn't she? I hope that I might be able to colour her so she looks a bit less worried. I'm not sure how to do that though, but maybe to try and turn the smile, you know, make the corners of her mouth come up a bit. But look at her crown, she's got a little acorn. I like that. I like that. Now we have another one with stags and a sort of scene. I like these sort of scene ones. It's again nighttime. I guess the book is Moon Valley, isn't it? So I'm guessing we're going to get a lot of nighttime scenes, but that's okay. I mean, we have got the ones with the black background which help us, but this, I mean, don't have to do black for night. Purple would be really nice. You know, a dark blue violet type colour. That sort of thing. Of course, you just don't have to do them black at all. Now this looks much more tropical. We have what I think might be a ring-tailed lemur, and these peace lilies. I've got mine's flowering. I'm really proud. I've got two flowers. Anyway, I have a waterfall here, which are always challenging, but at the same time interesting to colour. I like just putting lots of glitter on them. Sort of cheats really, just you know, make it shine. So a parrot. We're not so tropical now. We've got our cat and we've got a few little critters, but we've got these, I'm thinking roses, but I don't know. Look at him. I don't know. Can you even see him? I don't know. And lots of interesting hair going on here. I like colouring hair. Little girl, I think. Hummingbirds and things. There's a lot going on in that one. And these look a bit fuchsia-y, although I just coloured some of those, and they aren't fuchsias. When I looked them up, it was something else. But they were interesting to colour. Now she has got quite a lot of birds in her hair, but that's interesting because we've got, are these leaves or feathers? I mean, it's up to you, but yeah, I think I would do those as leaves and the birds just to make them a bit different. Oh, a dragon. So cute, so cute. And then here we've got, there isn't actually a lot to colour in this picture. Their tree looks like, yeah, there are some like this which have purple, wisteria type thing, and there are some that have, or lilacs, some that are yellow. So I would look that up and check, but I might just do the colour I wanted because, you know, why not? Bought some tree houses. Let's have a look. We have, this one looks nice, and that's similar, but look, it's got toadstools growing out. Little mouse person. That's a nice one. Oh, too cute, too cute. And this is quite a smaller one, just a little frame. And you can obviously do something around if you want, but if you want something more smaller and contained, it's quite handy. Oh, now more nice hair to colour, but we have what looks like tulips growing through the hair. So do we do the hair green? Do we do the hair? Yeah, don't know. I need to start doing some pictures with people with different colour hair, because I always do it brown. I need to start doing, even if it's black, it'd be a bit different, but you know, green, don't know. We'll see. Probably not, because I'm not very daring. Oh look, we've got a little ghosty. Look at the washing. Daffodil and tulips. It's quite a springtime one, I think. We have a couple of houses. This one's on stilts. Interesting. And a little ladybird. That's fun. Oh, look, little mousey. And he's tying something around his tail. Oh, it's almost like he's bandaging it, but I hope that he isn't. Although this one's got one as well. Maybe they're just decorating them, like a little ribbon. Got a little gnome, I'm thinking. She's a naughty girl. She's going to knock his hat off. And a nice house. It's obviously a double, which is different. You know, sometimes I don't like doing a double. I'm not up for it, but sometimes I really am. And this actually, if you think there's so much background that can be done quite quickly with a swoosh of pastel, that actually it's not huge. It's not daunting. Some doubles quite scary. This one, we have a little cute house again, but we have all sorts of things growing out and more washing. I do like washing. It's just cute. And the foxglove. And another house, but this one's has got a roof rather than florals, but we've got all these plants growing out. The bird. Oh, another black and white one. So we have houses in a tree, like tree houses, and our little yeah, whatever that is, little person, butterfly, and then that's so nice. You're just holding it in the wings, little scene. It's really imaginative, very different, but very cute at the same time. Oh, a little cross cat. I think we can try and make you look a bit happier by turning these up a bit. But again, we've got a similar sort of scene thing going on like the last one. Different, interesting. As I said, imaginative, and a dragon. But they're real, so that's fine. Castle. So the dragon is the national animal of Scotland, because that's where they live. Along with Nessie in Loch Ness, of course. For those of you that know. So we have a pretty lady whose hair sort of turns into fields, which is interesting. And a bird. I was thinking peacock, but then where's the rest? Don't know. Little cat. Fox. That's really... And we have this sort of lines going through. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe it's part of her hair is a river? That's going to be interesting. I might have to be naughty and look at some other people's versions of that and see whether it is a river, or maybe I'll just do it like that. Why not? It's a pretty castle. Sometimes I find colouring castles really hard. I never know what colour to do them. But that one looks like it needs a red roof and grey walls. Why? I have no idea. We have a hot air balloon. I like colouring those. This is quite big deer. A little bit big. If I was living in those houses, might be a little scared. But it's fun. Now we have a pretty bird, 2 little girls and an owl and a mouse. Oh, and a little critter. A lot going on in that tree. It's got very small roots to hold up all that. Now, oh, a little bee is asleep in her arms. She's very pretty, isn't she? Yeah, and a leaf holds her up. Wow, she's light as well. Look, the bee's got a little basket. I wonder what it's collecting. Now we have a tree with sort of trumpety flowers. Hummingbirds again, florals. Oh, this one's really sweet. We have a very cute couple there. Wings, which are fun to do. I often try, not often, I sometimes try and do like a mother of pearly thing going on with wings. It's quite difficult, but you never know. I might do that for that one. Little critters. Oh, they're sort of pixies though. Look at their ears. Oh, this is nice. Look at that. I like that. Sort of round house with all sorts of vegetation. I think it's going to be tricky to colour, but I like it. Now we have what looks to me like tulips and maybe bluebells. She's got a very pretty dress on. Now, I think I've seen this one coloured a few times. I'm thinking orange flowers. I've no idea why. Orange and green outfit. Don't know. These are poppies, I'm thinking. We've got a pair of little sweet winged girls. Oh, now a double. And we've got more of those nice houses. Oh, I love those. They're nice against the black as well. I think, oh, they look sweet together. And I sort of didn't even look at this page because that caught my eye, but look how cute that mouse is. Now, oh, her hair, look, ooh. That's long hair. I'm trying to grow my hair. It doesn't want to grow. My hair just breaks after a certain length. It just doesn't grow. My mum used to be able to sit on her hair. It was so long, but not me. Her hair's different to mine though. And she's sitting cross-legged. I thought she had a book then, but that's wrong. You can see her hair going down, but it disappears inside the flower there. Little bee with a basket again. What's the bee collecting in his basket? Cute, cute little rabbit. Rabbit? A cat. Oh dear. And this one, we've got the same ladybirds come across to this side of the page. It's much more wild looking. You could make them look a little more realistic if you wanted, I think, without having, I think, sometimes I personally find it harder to make a picture look more realistic when there's critters in it. I mean, there's a butterfly and lady, that's a bit easier, but when it's fur, I'm not so good at fur personally. Oh, it's Nessie. Oh, there's the Loch Ness monster. We call her Nessie. I haven't been to Loch Ness. I've been to Loch Lomond. It's a long way away from Loch Ness. Loch just means lake, by the way. It's Scottish for lake, so. But look at this little windy path. It's quite steep. But that's nice. Ooh, this one's quite detailed, but I think once you pick out, because you've got Nessie here, you can pick out Nessie for the scales. And then you've got all the waves, and there's a couple of boats, quite a few actually. But I think I would probably do the waves first, just a bit of blue on the bottoms, and then I would then I could see the rest of the picture and sort of decide what to do with it really. Oh, are these octopi or squids? don't know, but there they are. So we have some sort of underwater sea greenery. It's not green plants, it's really, it doesn't have to be green. Now this is interesting. So her hair starts here and then starts turning into the vine. I like the idea of that one. We're back underwater. Got a shell castle. All sorts of sea anemones and bits and pieces there. Jellyfish. Oh, and a mermaid. I was going to do a mermaid for mermaid, but I never got round to doing one. But one day, one year I might remember. Now she's got a crown on. She looks like a mermaid because she's got scales, but we can't tell. But look at her hair. Ooh, lovely. Oh, look at this. I think that having a flower hat is such a good idea. I've got to go out soon, and I don't really want to wear my hat. It makes my hair go so flat and weird. But if it's sunny, I will. The sun's just coming out. Now I have another bee with a basket, and she's struggling through the long undergrowth by the looks of it. Little ghost. Or a black one. Let's have a look. It's got a bird. These look a bit like foxgloves, but they're not. No, they're not. I don't know. A little bee and a mouse. So she's on the lily pads. Fish underwater. I like that idea. And the frog. I like that one. I like doing watery ones like that. I like doing lilies. Now this, look at the big hand. Handing her a teeny key. What's it the key for? Will we find out, or will we never know? Look in the sky. We've got these little circles like we've got on fireflies or something. Like that. Oh, she's playing a recorder or a whistle. Not sure which. And it's a very pretty lily to colour. Ah, what are these? Are like little catkins or something. Asleep. They're cute. I like her trousers. Now we have a girl talking to a rabbit. That's a cowslip. Little mouse. There's a tiny little cute thing there. She's sitting under the flowers. We haven't found out what the key's for, have we? Oh, look at the snail's house. You think that's a snail or a slug? Little funny critter. A nice mushrooms to colour, and on this page, little cute mouse. Ah, a little huggle. And we have little people and a nice pretty flower to colour there. Oh, she's flying on the bird. Now, stars? I'm thinking, not snow. These are, looks like honeysuckle. I like colouring honeysuckle. She's got quite a cheeky face, I think, having a little rest. That's cute. So this is the sort of deer. What's this? Here. It looks like a sort of magical, I don't know. Interesting. Oh, now we have all sorts of, we have the older man, the girl with stat horns, a little no-meat person. All sorts of fun critters. Oh, and a house. They're having a hug. Maybe they've been carried by this one. Oh, look at her legs. I hadn't noticed that. She's got like fur. So she's almost like a centaur, but maybe something like that. Oh, a feast. Wow. So we've got bunting, got food, flute, violin, lots of drinks, different foods. Wow. Oh, the dragons. There's an egg. Bleeding heart. Oh, she's on a snail. Why is she pointing? She's pointing at them. Or is she pointing something else that we can't see? Oh, decorating, look, putting the flowers on, having a snooze. Very sweet. Oh, and we're at the end, but we've got a few bonus pictures towards the end. Nice flowers. Oops. We have a test page, but we have... I don't remember seeing that picture in the book. I remember the others though. I remember this one. And we've got this sort of rough paper again, which is not... You can hear the difference. I can anyway. Okay. Right. So let's find a picture to colour. We've got butterflies. That one, I haven't got all the time in the world. I don't really want to do just butterflies though. What have we got in the back? Let's have a quick look at the back. Should we do this one? Let's do this one. Just gonna have to fold the page down a bit. Now I need some paper to put behind the page. I've only got lined paper, hopefully it'll be okay. And does it tell us what they are? I don't know. But I'm just going to guess. I'm not going to worry too much. I've got my Polychromos. I'm just going to open them up. Sorry, oh, noisy. Okay, let's grab our first colour. Whoops. Just got to open my booklet because the name of this colour has changed. This is the beige red, and I'm going to use it for her face and arms to start with. Ooh. Would you like me to be a bit closer? Might help, mightn't it? Hang on. Let's push the pencils across a bit. There we go. Right, let's do her face. I'm just going to do a layer to start with of this beige red. This is the sort of lightest of the pale flesh tones that Polychromos do. I've never practiced colouring a darker flesh tone. I really should, but I have got a book which teaches me how to do it, so I'm determined to learn. But at the moment, this is all I know. I'm not sure about her neck. I think I'm going to do her t-shirt coming right up to her neck there. I'm going to grab a slightly darker one. I have the, whoops, I'm just dislodging all my pencils. I have the what's it called, coral, which is also medium flesh. It's called. I didn't show you the other one, it was a bit too short. And I'm going to just put a little bit underneath. I don't want it too dark. Just to add a little bit of shape, hopefully. Just a little bit dry. And just add a bit of shape to her nose, inside the ear there. And maybe along the hairline. That's quite dark. I'm going to grab the lighter one again and just go over the top. Hopefully it will blend it in a little bit. Now some people choose to do cheeks quite red, whereas I tend to leave them lighter to make it look like the light shining on them. But that, you know, it's up to you how you do it really. Now her hair. I'm just thinking, because the bird, I'm going to do him as a robin, so I'm going to do her hair quite dark brown. I might start with the sienna actually. This is the burnt sienna. Oops. It doesn't want to show up very well. And I'm just going to put a really light amount on her hair to start with. And then I will darken it a bit, because this is, I'm going to colour the bird as a robin. Now robins are quite grey, there's a bit of brown, but if I do her hair dark, so that I've just done a layer there, it's supposed to be even, it isn't, but that's my plan. Oops. And I've grabbed the burnt umber to do some darker areas on the hair. Again, I'm going to sharpen because she's small. Now I'm thinking that the bottom part of her hair here might be a little bit darker, and a little bit in her parting there. Then I'm going to go down here with a bit darker, and under her ear. I just generally want this to be a little bit lighter on the top here where it will be catching the light, so I'm going to just generally put a little bit of darker pencil going up here, and then just darken the areas I think there might be a bit more shadow. You can also do lines if you wish. With it small, I think that's plenty. Don't want to overdo it. I'm going to switch to doing the bird, and then we'll come back and do her clothing. I haven't decided what colours to do yet, you see. Now the robins, although they're called robin redbreasts, their tummies can be quite orange. I'm actually going to start with the cadmium orange. It will be too bright. Sorry, you can't see that, can you? But I want a sort of bright base. Now I'm going to do a sort of liney effect like this, because I want it to look feathery. This is a good way to create the illusion of feathers. Now, as I say, it's too orangey, I absolutely know, but we're going to use a selection of colours, and hopefully we'll end up with a colour that I think is near to what I was aiming for. We'll see. Now I'm going to go for quite a dark colour. I'm going to grab the sanguine, which again is quite browny orangey. And I'm still going to do this sort of line type movements to get a feathery look. It's looking quite cute, but now we can add a little bit more red. I'm actually just going to use this one. I've sharpened off the name, so I'm just going to look. It is light cadmium red. Okay, it looks like it's just cadmium red, but it's the light one. So now we're putting a little bit of red in there. But you can find a picture of a robin if you want to. Now I know there are different robins in different countries that look slightly different. I'm pretty sure this looks like a British robin. Obviously Maria isn't British. But I guess it might be a European, might be the same. Now I'm going for a warm grey. This is number 3, and I'm going to colour all of the robin really gently in this. I am going to keep thinking about my direction of colouring and these feathers down here. So it might look a bit scruffy. And as we go to the tail, it's going to be that direction. It could be a little bit tricky getting that direction looking quite right when it joins. Hopefully that's okay. And I'm going to do the feathers as well, just lightly, but we'll be adding other colours too. I quite like having a bit of a base colour there to work with. The sun is shining so brightly now, I'm going to have to wear my hat. I dislike wearing a hat. It makes my head really hot, but it's not that hot at this time of year. but I know that it's either a hat or suntan lotion on my face, and I don't like suntan lotion, so hat it is. Right, sort of slightly browny grey. Now I'm thinking usually in the robins the wings are very slightly browner than the body and the tail. I'm going to grab, what do I want? I think I want the bistre. Do I have that? There it is. Bistre. I never know if I say that right, but hey. So what I'm going to do with this is do a bit of detail on each feather. So I'm going to make each of these little feathers a little bit brown where they're overlapping, but keep the tips grey. And hopefully it will look okay. We'll see. Can always fiddle around with it if it doesn't. See, I think this is where some people aren't sure why their pictures don't look like other people's. It's if I just left it with the grey, with one layer of colour, there's nothing wrong with that at all, but I think it looks, if you add more colour, more layers of colour, it can look more vibrant, it can look more, not sure really, maybe realistic, maybe not. So if you're looking at your work and thinking, what is it that I'm doing that makes it not look like somebody else's, whoever's it might be, then they may have layered up their colours a little bit more. They may have spent a bit longer on each little bit. It's not saying you have to though. If you just find joy with just putting one layer of colour down, then just do it your way. You know, it should be about having fun. And for me, there's some fun in improving, and sometimes I want to spend a long time on a picture and make it look really special. Other times I'm not in the mood for doing that, and that's why I'm really pleased that I've got some mandala books, which I would never have bought for myself because I just thought, oh, I don't want to do those. I want to colour flowers, you know. But when I'm in the mood for doing something relaxing, but not little details, not worrying about what colour things have to be and that sort of thing, they're terrific. And I can sometimes just whip out some pens and just fill some spaces in, and it brings me joy. And you'll see if you watch my completed pages videos that I have a mix of pictures with lots of more, I don't want to say realistic, but sort of nature things and things like that. And then some pictures which are more abstract. I'm putting a few bits, a few lines of this in there. I'm going to do a bit more on the tail. You know, so I have a mix of things that I like to do, and why not? Okay, I want to go a bit darker in some areas, so I'm grabbing my burnt umber. And what I'm going to do is I just want to define the edges of these feathers. Now this again is a fussy little detail which you might not bother with. You may not even be able to see that it's making any difference, but it just makes me feel satisfied that I've done it, if you know what I mean. I feel like it just needs something. And sometimes the effect is very minimal, and sometimes it can make quite a significant difference. Put a bit in there. It's just the same colour as her hair, isn't it? So maybe it's not going to show up there. Put a bit in between some of these feathers where they're overlapping. Be a little bit of shadow in there. Okay, now the feet and the beak. I've coloured a robin this morning actually in Botanicum, and the feet seem to, sometimes they were pinky, sometimes they were yellowy, and sometimes they were a bit grey. The beak is grey, So I'm going to use my warm grey 5 and I'm going to do beak and feet and around the eye in the same colour because I think it makes a bit more sense when you look at it. If I did this yellow or pink or something, I think it might just look a bit odd. And I think it just sort of matches in. It kind of works. Now for the eye, I'm going to go around the outside, but leave that white bit so it looks like it's a bit of light. Now we've got our little girl. Her eyes are so small, I'm not going to touch them. But we've got her dungarees and t-shirt. Now I think it might be nice to do colours which sort of match in with this. So I'm thinking we could do an orange. Actually, just do her a nice yellowy colour t-shirt. I rarely colour with yellow. This is the dark cadmium yellow. Just going to give it a sharpen. It's really unlike me to do yellow, but why not? So dark cadmium yellow, you can't see all of it. I've sharpened it off. Some of these are getting a bit short, but I've got some spares. It's quite vibrant, isn't it? I'm thinking that might be t-shirt. Hard to know. I'm trying to make it a little bit darker at the bottom there of the sleeve, tiny bit at the top. But there's not much to work with. I'm going to grab the dark cadmium orange that I used for our base coat of our robin, and I'm just going to add the tiniest bit to the t-shirt, just sort of as shadow. I'm not breathing. Why am I not breathing? There we go. I really want to do like an ultramarine blue type colour, and I have no idea. I don't think it's going to match. But I really want to do it, and I'm just going to try it. So this is a Delft blue that I have like, the ultramarine isn't what I want. I want this sort of Delft blue, purpley blue. I want it to be quite dark. I'm going to make it light down here until I think about light and shade. Thinking maybe it would be darker on the edges. Gosh, it's a noisy magpie outside. I saw 9 ducklings yesterday, and on my way to town along the canal. I'm gonna have a look today, see if there are any more. Right, I want her buttons to be silver. I can't colour silver very accurately in such a small space. So I'm going to actually use the silver pencil. I don't think you can see that, but I'm just gonna do that. And I don't know whether it really shows up very well, but there we go. So there is our little girl flying along. As I say, it's not I just want to add something to the bird actually. And grabbing the bistre again, I'm going to sharpen it really sharp and add to the whole of the bird. I think featheriness is needed. That's a word, by the way. Little tiny lines. It just looked a little bit grey and a little bit plain, so I'm just thinking. Now you might need to, I've just turned my pencil because the end got too blunt, because it's quite a pale colour, so to get it to show up you need it to be very sharp. Oh, I think that's so much better. It looks soft now, I think. Maybe it's a bit over the top, I don't know, but I'm happy. There it is. There. Now I am going to stop fiddling now, and I'm going to go out to town and get too hot. Hurrah! Have a lovely day. Thank you very much. I didn't say thank you to Francis who sent me this book. It's beautiful. Thank you, Francis. I will have a lot of fun with it. I know that for sure. So thank you all for watching as well. Hoping you have a fantastic day and happy colouring.